with junior guard forward Rob Ukawuba. And Rob, you've really become a big part of this team very early. And, you know, it took a while your freshman year, but when you walked up to that scorer's table, was at City College of New York, did you ever envision your role flourishing so much the very next year?
To be honest, no, not really. But I was always ready for that. I felt like it was if someone got hurt or something like that, and I needed to step in, I always felt like I was ready to do that. And last year that happened to happen, and luckily I was able to step in and just keep things going as they were going before. So, okay.
As we rewind back before we head forward, that the game you did come in, it took, 36 seconds as you entered the game for the first time as an NCAA player, and you literally entered with a bang, throwing down a tremendous dunk. To you, though, was that almost symbolic, like, I'm here, let's go?
I guess a little bit. I think it was a fast break play, and I think I saw someone coming with me, and I was just like, I could lay it up, but why not dunk it just to make sure, kind of make a statement. My first basket, and I think coach, we got a timeout right after that, and coach was like, "Yeah, that's a great way to start off your college career with a dunk." In my mind, I was like, "Yeah, I agree with that."
Yeah, you're only 6'3", but can anybody on this team challenge you realistically in a dunk contest?
I think I win every time.
All right, that's what I like to hear. And I mentioned 6'3", and it kind of does play into it because, you know, in talking with Jim, you know, you're going to play the 3 like you did last year, and you're going to play the 4 like you did last year. You're 6'3", but in your mind, what height do you say you play at?
I'd say maybe about 6'5", 6'6". I have a pretty long, big wingspan, which helps a lot. Strength, of course, helps a lot also, and my jumping ability also helps. So the quickness and everything, factoring all that in, I really forget that I'm, I guess, a smaller forward, and I just go out there and play and just give it my all.
What is the biggest challenge? I guess height obviously is the obvious one, but when you're told, hey, look, we need you to slide over and play the 4 now, what are the things that go through your mind and the challenges that you will now face?
Yeah, as you just said, height is definitely one of them. I try to use my quickness, anticipation skills to overpower the height disadvantage. But usually, just working hard helps a lot. Helps overcome that.
What am I going to see from Rob Ukawuba now in year 3 that's going to prove that you're even more of an improved player heading into this season?
Over the off season, I worked a lot on my jumper, a lot on the handles, a lot more on guard skills overall. And the coaches have obviously helped me a lot with that. So I think you'll see a lot more shooting, driving to the basket, assists, and I think I've just been more comfortable. I've kind of gotten into my role more, and the more comfortable I get, the better I think things can go.
The concussion for you last year happened at a bad time because it was right towards the end, and you had become, as I mentioned, just as important part of that rotation as any player we had. Was it helpful for you to get back and experience that semifinal game against Northern Arizona? Yeah,
definitely. Those games are like nothing, like no other regular season game. It hurt, of course, sitting out. The home games are great, great environment, but the NAU game, it showed what could be, especially for this year. We want to make sure we get back to that, get back to playing in maybe a conference championship, or as far as possible we can go. So, made a big deal.
Well, let's talk about that forward part in that slash of a position I mentioned earlier, guard forward. Give me an argument. What would be your stance saying that this team can still improve when you have the loss of 2 guys like Odair Nweke and of course, Daquan Holiday?
Of course, Quan and Odair brought a lot to the table. Rebounding, they were great big man experience. They were older and everything. So losing them did hurt a little bit, but I think our freshmen, as long as we get them on board as soon as possible, I think they can help greatly. We also all are older. A lot of juniors on the team. Win, very experienced. Kai experienced. We get T back, who's also very experienced. So although we lost 2 seniors, I think we're just as experienced as we were last year. So I think we should be good.
Before I let you go, some of the PA announcers around the NCAA Division I basketball sometimes struggle with your name, but both your parents are Nigerian and you've been to Nigeria. Yeah. Talk about the experience of being able to understand that culture and get a chance to actually see it firsthand.
It's very different over there. A lot of hard workers. My parents, both of them, very hard workers. They worked very hard to come over here and to get us over here and to put us in a good position. So I think that kind of always built on me, hard work, determination, things like that, and I think that's what's gotten me this far. So I can only thank them for that.